I want to introduce Kathleen Phelps. Kathleen is a retired ranger of the Santa Lucia District. That's the Santa Maria District. That's over by Naira, the whole Sierra Madre, the Sisquoc, Manzana Creek, all that. And Kathleen was I think, a very unique ranger, and I've seen quite a few rangers come through the Los Padres National Forest through the years, and Kathleen's the one ranger who has ridden on horseback on her Arab every trail in her district. And she really knows the trails, and she knows a lot about the hazards of riding in the backcountry. Kathleen and I have packed quite a lot through all of this country, and actually we've been other places too. We rode on the Pacific Crest Trail up in Northern California this summer. And so, hand it to Kathleen.
I just want to talk a little bit about emergency. Really, our goal is to avoid emergencies in the backcountry, and a little bit about preparedness for that. And one of the main things is when you're going out there multi-days out in the backcountry is to make sure that you have situational awareness. Know what's happening, call ahead to the districts, to whoever the land management agency is where you're going. Find out if there's any fires, find out what trails are open or closed, and realize also that they may not have the most current information, because a lot of these agencies don't have people out in the field. I always have a little fanny pack, or you can put these on your wrists, and some of the essential things I have in there is my knife, which can be very essential. My knife also, it's a buck knife. If you don't have one of these make really great presents. And they have a really good knife on them, and they have a hoof pick, all in the buck knife. It's really nice. And one of the other things I carry is, I carry a spot. You could carry a Delorum, but not that I like techie things that much. But if you have a real emergency out there, you really do need to get to safety. So one thing about the spots or Delorums, well, Delorums have a whole lot of capabilities, but spots, you can send out some prearranged messages. So like when we were out on the trail and we had gone in about 5 miles, when we found out about this boulder, we were able to send a message to our crew that was supporting us and say, hey, come on back, because we can't get it through here. You know, so they came back and we shuttled around that spot and continued on from there. The Lorums are wonderful because you can really send a lot of detailed messages. Some people talked about this already in in kits, but carry a whistle, because if you have an emergency and you have to yell for help or something, you know, or you get lost or something, your voice can wear out and a whistle could possibly go longer. I always have a hanky, a bandana. I usually am wearing it because I hide from the sun. And but they can be used for all kinds of things, for making slings or whatever. Of course, carry a headlamp and something to eat, and space blankets we talked about, lighters. If you do start a fire, you know, you need to be real aware if it's high fire danger, what you're doing and where you're doing it. So be very careful about that, because you don't want to start a fire that burns somebody up. We talked about space blankets already. Some of these things help keep you out of trouble. I do try to carry my cell phone. Most places in the wilderness you can't use them, but when we were packing, there were places where you got high enough up that you could send out text messages. So I usually use it for taking pictures. Carry one of those little hand saws that fold, and you can do so much work with those, and sometimes it means that you can get through and go on versus have to turn around and go 2 days back the other direction, you know. So we encourage you guys to join the Backcountry Horsemen and come out to Los Padres Forest Associations. They have a lot of working vacations where we go out and work on trails, and they provide the food for you on those working vacations. That's one of the things we do, is pack in food. If you want to pack, please come talk to us. We're always looking for more people interested in packing.